Step into the complex world of theological intricacies, where the principles of Protestant Christianity unravel through the profound doctrines of Calvinism, a belief system deeply planted in the teachings of the 16th century French theologian and pastor John Calvin. Born Jean Calvin in 1509, Calvin was not just a religious leader but also an influential reformer whose life was marked by intense intellectual pursuits and fierce religious debates. After studying at the finest universities in France and developing a keen interest in humanism and law, Calvin found himself drawn towards the Protestant movement that was sweeping Europe at the time. This period of religious transformation, better known as the Protestant Reformation, was marked by dissent against the doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church, paving the way for alternative interpretations of the Bible. Calvin's contributions to this period were significant. His writings, most notably his Institutes of the Christian Religion, provided a comprehensive theological framework that was different from traditional Catholic teachings. This theological system, later known as Calvinism, has its foundations firmly set in the interpretation of Scripture, church discipline, and moral standards. The key beliefs of Calvinism revolve around the teachings of predestination, unconditional election, limited atonement, irresistible grace, and perseverance of the saints. These doctrines are likened to integral threads, each one strengthening the fabric of Calvinist theology. Its structure is enriched by these 5 points, likened to theological pillars that lay the foundation for a structured understanding of the divine. Calvin's influence extended beyond his lifetime, his teachings shaping the course of Protestant Christianity well into the 17th century with the emergence of the Puritan movement and beyond. Thus, his life and teachings hold a critical place in the historical context of Calvinism, underlining its evolution and importance over centuries. At the core of Calvinistic doctrine, the principle of total depravity takes precedence. This principle is not merely a theological concept, but it unveils the universal inherent sinfulness present in every individual from birth. It's a foundational principle that is essential for grasping the nuanced labyrinth of Calvinistic theology. This tenet acknowledges and underscores the pervasive influence of human sinfulness, a perspective that interprets every aspect of human nature and conduct through the lens of inherent corruption. The concept of total depravity does not aim to demean human goodness, but instead, it boldly underlines our incapacity to attain moral perfection independently. It throws light on our innate need for divine beneficence, an unearned favor from a divine entity to help us overcome our innate sinful nature. According to this belief, humans by their very nature are flawed, prone to error and sin from the moment of their birth. Expanding further on the implications of this principle, it thus positions human beings as wholly reliant on divine grace for salvation, as it is believed that every aspect of our being, mind, will, emotions, and flesh, is tainted by sin. Consequently, this has a profound impact on the way Calvinists view human free will, asserting that our will is in bondage to our sinful nature, hence incapable of choosing God or good without divine intervention. Calvinism, therefore, staunchly advocates for divine grace as a crucial necessity in overcoming this inherent sinfulness. This assertion forms the bedrock for the complex structure of Calvinistic ideology, recognizing the omnipresent nature of human sinfulness and our profound dependency on divine grace. Hence, the belief in total depravity not only shapes but also permeates Calvinists' worldview and their understanding of human nature and salvation. Predestination unravels itself as the subsequent concept, a celestial decree whereby God, in his boundless knowledge, chooses particular individuals, referred to as the elect, for salvation, a destiny predetermined even before the world was formed. This doctrine, ensconced in profound theological implications, is firmly anchored in the belief of God's omnipotence and wisdom. The concept of predestination seizes our thoughts, introducing the concept of a fate that God preordains, a path embarked upon for the chosen ones before the beginning of creation itself. Elaborating further, predestination is not just a philosophical notion but a divine directive that carries weighty implications for its believers. For those who acknowledge its authority, this belief becomes an essential part of their worldview, shaping their understanding of life, purpose, and their place within the universe. As it suggests a predetermined course charted out by God, it imparts a sense of structure and certainty into the lives of believers. They perceive their existence not as a random chance, but as part of a grand divine design. However, this concept casts a compelling shadow of queries around fate, free will, and the apparent paradox they stir up. The question of how free will can coexist with predestined fate is a paradox that continues to perplex believers and theologians alike, leading to continuous religious and philosophical debates. Despite these complexities and the numerous questions it invokes, predestination remains a core aspect of Christian theology. This pillar of belief unravels a deep mystery, prompting contemplation on the supremacy of God in determining the eternal fate of individuals. Thus, while predestination may be an enigma for some, for the believers it signifies an unquestioning acceptance of their fate as part of God's grand plan. In the enigmatic shadows of predestination, the concept of atonement, a significant Calvinist viewpoint, takes form. The concept's roots are steeped in biblical passages and doctrines, drawing heavily from key scriptural texts. Atonement, as described in the Old Testament, entails a process of making amends or reparations for wrongs or injuries. The New Testament, on the other hand, speaks of atonement in the context of Jesus' sacrifice, his death and resurrection, serving to reconcile humanity with God. In the Calvinist perspective, atonement pioneers the belief that the act of Jesus' sacrifice on the cross was not a universal offer of salvation, but was intended just for those chosen to be saved beforehand. This belief finds its basis in the teachings of the Apostle Paul in Romans 8:29-30, where he speaks of predestination and God's specific calling for the chosen few. This theology probes into the intricacies and intent behind divine atonement. It does not see it as a blanket proposition for mankind, but rather as a selective process. The focus is on the specific and purposeful nature of divine redemption, demonstrating how it aligns itself with the preordained fate of the chosen few. This theological pillar delves the specificity and intentionality of divine redemption, aligning it with the predestined destiny of the elect, invariably linking the concept of atonement with the complex webs of predestination. The principle of irresistible grace maintains that the God-chosen individuals, referred to as the elect, are drawn to an unyieldable divine summons, a spiritual magnetism guiding them towards redemption. This concept, deeply embedded within the fabric of many theological doctrines, paints an intricate picture of the unassailable power of divine intervention. It postulates that those singled out by God, recognized as the elect, are inevitably attracted to a spiritual voyage they cannot decline. This force is not just compelling, but it induces a profound transformation within the individual. The charismatic appeal of this divine pull sets them on an unalterable course towards salvation. The concept of irresistible grace is not just about the allure, it's a silent undertaking that the elect are held captive by, bound by the indomitable clasp of divine grace. It is inescapable, enveloping the elect in a spiritual journey that inevitably leads to salvation. The elect are tethered to this journey, held fast by grace's unyielding and transformative grip. Diving deeper into this concept, irresistible grace plays a pivotal role in the salvation process. It is the divine grace that draws the elect towards the path of righteousness. It is the guiding force that holds them steadfast in their journey. It's as if the elect are not just chosen, but also divinely steered towards their spiritual destiny, marking their path with heavenly signs. Irresistible grace thus signifies the transformative power of divine interference in the lives of the chosen ones, reshaping their spiritual journey in a profound manner. In essence, the elect's salvation is not a matter of choice, but a divine ordination they are unable to. The grand finale of Calvinist doctrine is encapsulated in the principle of the perseverance of the saints. This principle, deeply rooted and entrenched in the heart of the doctrine, stands tall as its unflinching and unwavering cornerstone. It speaks of a journey, a spiritual odyssey embarked upon by the chosen, the elect. These are not just any individuals, but those hand-picked and selected by divine decree, singled out for a purpose greater than themselves. This journey, once begun, is not left to the whims of fortune, nor is it subject to any whim or change. Instead, it is believed to continue steadfastly, unerringly, like a ship sailing smoothly on calm seas, heading toward its destination without deviating from its course until it reaches the end. Every step taken, every trial faced is viewed not as a deviation or an unfortunate occurrence, but as an integral part of a predestined path leading to salvation. This path, once tread upon, cannot be abandoned. It becomes like a road drawn with indelible ink on the map of one's life. It is reflective of the consistent, enduring nature of God's saving grace, a testament to His unchanging love and mercy. It's like a warm blanket in a cold night, a steady rock amidst raging waves, serving as a source of comfort and assurance times. This pillar, the perseverance of the saints, is not just a theological concept, but a comforting promise, a beacon of hope. It whispers in the ears of the faithful, assuring them of the unswerving, relentless nature of God's saving grace. It provides assurance and comfort, a soothing balm to the troubled souls, assuring them that no matter what, they are secure in the knowledge of their divine selection. It's a blanket of security, a soft whisper in the noise of life, telling them, "You are chosen, you are loved, and you will persevere until the end." Imagine a theological landscape where intricate doctrines intermingle, creating a methodical framework that examines the mysteries of human existence and divine providence. This is a world that's extensive, intricate, and perpetually stimulating. Here, assorted threads of thought, faith, and interpretation are seamlessly merged, crafting an abundant and constantly evolving tapestry of concepts. Among these, Calvinism, a substantial part of this tapestry, stands majestic in the landscape. It's renowned for its deep intricacies and complexities. Fundamentally, it exemplifies the intensity and depth of theological exploration, mirroring an enduring quest to comprehend divinity. Calvinism, born from the fervid mind of John Calvin, is a complex journey through labyrinthine doctrines. It has left an indelible impact on Protestant Christianity and its followers. Its influence is evident in the steadfast faith of its adherents, in their fervent worship, and in the way they interpret and apply biblical teachings in their daily lives. Its tenets have shaped the moral and cultural fabric of societies where it flourishes, instilling in its followers a deep sense of predestination and God's sovereignty. The teachings of John Calvin continue to guide and inspire, anchoring the faith of millions. Indeed, the complex tapestry of Calvinist belief stands as a testament to the profound and often perplexing nature of theological exploration. A labyrinthine journey through doctrines conceived by the passionate mind of John Calvin. Have you ever pondered the profound theological concepts of predestination and irresistible grace within the framework of Calvinism, and how they shape the understanding of salvation and human agency in this theological tradition? If you find the content valuable, kindly express your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. Don't miss out on the latest informative videos. Be sure to hit the bell icon.